Welcome to the TeenPreneur Show. I'm your host, Dia Coley, and I'm a teenpreneur, bringing you global entrepreneurs who are teenagers. They've started out really young and are an inspiration to all. They prove to be the perfect example of how teenagers can rise high. So tune into this show every week to know more about these young game changers and be inspired by these teens. Watch the young dream big. Now on with the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the TeenPreneur Show. I am your host, Dia Coley, and I'm also a teen entrepreneur. I'm the founder of Redone It by Dia, which recycles denim, empowers women, and donates towards cancer. We are finally in December, and it's so crazy to think that we've been doing this for almost a year now. But I'm very excited and very excited to talk to our next guest, who is Noor Kalari. She is from India and she's 19 years old. Let's bring her on. Hi,
How are
Noor.
you?
I'm good. How are
Hi.
you? I
Good.
know it's a bit early for you right now. I think it's really early, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
Yeah, but thank you for joining us today.
I'm glad
So
to be.
you, sorry, I didn't get that.
I'm glad to be at your show.
Yeah, thanks. How about you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah. My name is Noor. I'm 19 years old. I'm from India. I'm an undergraduate student. I'm studying a bachelor's in mass media, and I'm also a
Mhm.
social media manager.
Okay, great. How long have you been doing social media managing?
It's been a year. I'm gonna complete a year in 10 days. I started off
Mhm.
on 15 December 2020 lockdown.
Oh, wow. And how did you get into this type of line?
So honestly, I never knew this my love for social media would actually turn into a business. I've always loved
Mm-hmm.
social media. I used to handle my father's business page, and I've always been
Wow.
helping my friends too for the same.
Mm-hmm.
So my education counselor, Miss Bhavna, she actually found this talent in me. I never knew this talent could actually turn into a business. So
Mm-hmm.
she's the one who guided. She actually got someone called her and spoke about media management. So she
Yeah.
recommended my name. I'm glad that she trusted me, and I'm even more
Mm-hmm.
glad I could keep up to her expectation. It's been a year now, and everything is going very well. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, that's so
So I
great.
never knew.
And
I
yeah,
never knew I
I,
would actually do something.
Yeah, I love how you kind of turned that hobby into yours into something you now work into. I just think that's a great way to kind of push your career into. Is this something you do plan to do in the future?
So of course, what I'm doing is something long term, but there's definitely lots more that I wish to do. I'm
Mm-hmm.
also very interested in fashion, and
Mm-hmm.
last year I've even done a course from London School of Trends,
Wow.
a online fashion styling course. And in future, I really want to do something in graphic designing, which will
Mm-hmm.
also help me in my media managing and marketing.
Yeah.
So that's my next goal, to do a long term course in graphic designing.
Wow. So I kind of want to get into your experience of social media managing that you have now. I know you talked about how you helped your dad and some of your friends, but can you tell us maybe of the place you're working for now?
Okay, so there's this company called 1111, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
working for them. And I've been managing around 6 to 7 pages this year.
Yeah.
What my work is basically, I actually have strategies for them how to boost the content, uh,
Yeah.
how to make your feed look aesthetic, what stories you should put, how to, get in touch with your followers, know what they're
Mm-hmm.
liking, their dislike, when to post. So these are little things that I work on, and tell the person that you're supposed to do this, give them ideas, use relevant hashtags. Hashtags is very important in this particular
Mm-hmm.
business. Like, the
Yeah.
better the hashtags you have, the better the response you get. It's actually not the likes, not the followers. It's basically what you post. You need to see the
Mm-hmm.
response of your followers, and all this matters a
Yeah.
lot. So, even for hashtags, you actually cannot sit and waste time, finding single hashtag. So, of course, there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of apps that also help me
Oh
in a
wow.
very easy way. So, yeah, so there's this app also called Hashtag Expert. They help me
Mm-hmm.
finding trending hashtags. So, for example, if
Oh.
I'm working for a t-shirt brand, so I will just put in the heading as t-shirt, and they're gonna help me
Oh wow.
also finding trending. So also
Yeah.
these little apps help me a lot.
Okay, wow. So you talked a lot about hashtags and I love that. So in what ways do hashtags actually help you boost? Like how do hashtags help your account?
So hashtag is something which helps other people find you. Like
Mm-hmm.
today, if I want to search about something, suppose anything customized. So if I go and search for a hashtag called customized, I'm gonna get a lot of options on Instagram.
Yeah.
Hashtags actually matter a lot. Like there are a lot of people who think that followers and likes is the only thing on Instagram, but that's not
Mm-hmm.
the case. You also have to build your search engine organization. That is
Yeah.
basically getting your brand on top in Google. You need to have these
Mm-hmm.
keywords, and hashtags are also keywords. So keywords are super important. So
Yeah.
to get your page up on even Google, suppose if I search about a particular brand, and
Mm-hmm.
if I want that brand to be on top, so these are these keywords and hashtags which bring them up.
Yeah. And that's such
So
a great thing to think about because, like you said, people only care about mostly followers and likes. But the main thing is to really be able to spread your awareness of your
yeah.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, your feed needs to be attractive. You need to have creative captions. The minute you click
Mhm.
on these points, you'll automatically gain your followers and likes. The
Yeah.
minute people start liking your work, start relating to your work, that is
Hmm.
when you'll automatically gain followers and likes. So I think the
Yeah.
main focus of people is the content, and not,
Hmm.
why I'm not getting followers, why I'm not getting likes. You have to work on it, and that's
Yeah.
what is my work. I help them, with all these things to get into this line, and make them
Hmm.
away from notes, not only followers and likes.
Yeah. Another major thing, a part of content that we've been seeing on social media is like aesthetics. The Teenpreneur show has the aesthetics of blues. So does my business have the aesthetic of like this more navy blue. So can you tell us how aesthetics have really played a role in social media?
So the color actually plays a very important role also, to make your feed
Hmm.
also look really aesthetic. And then there are a lot of options. You have grid systems. There are some people who like to put every second picture as a quote, and they have a very organized way like that. There are a lot of apps also, to make your feed aesthetic. There are apps like Preview, etc., which can help you,
Hmm.
see before you post how your feed would look if this picture would be there.
Yeah.
So aesthetic definitely plays a very important role. Like for my particular first business, I've
Hmm.
added aesthetic in a way that each picture is bordered in a different color.
Oh wow.
So to make it look attractive, etc. I think
Yeah.
aesthetics really play an important role, and I do use
Hmm.
it.
Yeah. Oh, I know sometimes aesthetics can be a little bit tedious to do. A little that extra step is kind of annoying sometimes. But do you think it's worth that extra step?
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. The minute your feed looks attractive, the minute your
Mhm.
page looks aesthetic, people would love to come and view it again and again and to follow you,
Yeah.
to see your post. So definitely aesthetic plays a very important role.
Yeah, I totally agree. And kind of on this topic, I want to get into like the different types of social medias we have. We have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So out of all of them,
Right.
which one do you think is the greatest for a business and entrepreneurs to be on?
So honestly, people think that Instagram is the main thing, but it's not.
Hmm.
That Instagram is actually connected to Facebook. And if you notice, the ad on Instagram to be done through Facebook. So the main social media thing would be Facebook, and second comes Instagram.
Hmm.
So Facebook is definitely the most important form of social media.
Yeah.
That's what I
Um,
yeah.
it's actually kind of funny because most of the time we have our guests say it's kind of Instagram and leaning towards
Yeah,
Instagram, but no one actually considers how Instagram and Facebook are linked together and how they work actually together. So it's great.
actually,
Um,
yeah.
no, you can go. Go ahead.
So actually, Facebook has also made my work a bit easier. So suppose
Mhm.
my timings have to post at 8 a.m. Of course, nobody is going to get up at 8 a.m. only to post, right? So
Mhm.
Facebook has this option of scheduling your post on
Mhm.
Instagram called Creator
Yeah.
Studio. That is something that has helped me a lot, and a lot of people are not quite aware about this. I myself have got aware about this a few months back. So
Mhm.
this also helps in time management. If you pre-schedule your
Yeah.
post, definitely gives me more time to work on other stuff.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
Facebook
definitely.
definitely plays an
Yeah. Another thing that is kind of recently been added onto social media is these insight tools where you can see your followers like growing or
impact.
decreasing, the amount of views. Can you tell us a little bit about how you use this type of platform?
So insights is actually very important to know what time you're supposed to post. So if you
Hmm.
see a business page, the option insight actually makes sure to show you the days of the week and when your followers are active. So according to
Hmm.
that, I also get to know when I have to post. Then it also shows me the content that I've posted, how the people have liked it, what age group has liked it. So it
Yeah.
definitely is very important again. Insights, recently even Reel Insights have started.
Hmm.
So this actually helps me a lot. You should at least view it every second week to know how your content is
Hmm.
affecting the people, etc.
Yeah. So I've heard from several businesses that they use insights, they kind of understand it, but they have a hard time fixing the problems that they see. If they see that their followers are decreasing, they don't really know how to fix that. How would you suggest going about figuring out how to adjust your business?
So when you go to your insights, you can see which post has been the least interacted with the customers, with your followers.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So when you know that this particular post, whatever the content is, what we have posted, this is not something that the audience is liking. So you should decrease
Mhm.
that thing and see what the audience is liking through your insights and post more
Yeah.
about those things. So that
Hmm.
definitely helps.
Yeah, that's a
And
great
also,
tip.
you should, so through your stories, you should interact with your followers. You should see
Hmm.
what they're liking through the stickers on Instagram of ask me a question, poll, etc. I think these help a lot to get to know your followers better.
Hmm.
So definitely
Yeah.
you should have this tactic analytic as well to know what your
Yeah.
followers like, and then you know what to post.
Definitely. I totally agree with you. And that's a great way to think about how to fix yourself and see like this is the content that's not working, this is the content that is working. That's such a great
Yeah,
tip. So I know we were talking about getting a greater audience through hashtags, and also
yeah.
on Insights, they show you your kind of audience, like geographically, the time wise. But how do you increase your target audience, or how do you find your target audience?
So, finding the target audience, again, you have to interact with your current followers. You need to
Mm-hmm.
find the niche of your brand. And of course, the hashtags is something that will spread it around.
Yeah.
Also, the search engine organization is something which will help me
Mm-hmm.
attract my audience. Basically, a
Yeah.
website is also very important. So, suppose if someone is again searching for something called customized, a word,
Mm-hmm.
there are thousands of brands that are gonna come even if you Google. But if you want your brand to be on top, you should have your hashtags and everything, on point, everything
Yeah.
in place so that your name comes on top and the audience gets attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
The first name that pops on Google is something you would actually go up to. So through
Yeah.
social engine organization, something you can get it up.
Yeah, I totally agree
So
with
I
that.
think that
Um,
helps to more audience.
Yeah, it definitely does. And all these things also play into like, getting more likes on your account, all these things. So is there any other way you can increase high engagement on your business or social media accounts?
Yes, definitely. You should know when you have to post. You should know when your audience is active. You should use relevant
Yeah.
hashtags. Your feed should look good. So you should post content that people would want to come and look back at it. So there's an
Mm-hmm.
Instagram algorithm which actually begins from save, the save option which is there on Instagram on the right side, then
Yeah.
comes to like, then share, and then a comment. So you should actually create content which people would want to save. Then I
Yeah.
really feel the strategy works is that when you make your caption, you should have the word you in it. So it helps the audience to know that there's something which is helpful for them in this
Oh,
particular
cool.
post.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the word you should definitely be in the first or the second line. So they know that,
Okay,
they should
that's,
see this because
yeah.
something related to them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I never heard that before, but it definitely sounds like something that would work and would even grab my attention when I read it. I never really thought of that way. That's so unique. Um, and kind of on that unique like topic, how do you try to make your social media accounts stand out more?
Of course, your feed should look very attractive and aesthetic to
Hmm.
make it stand out with in front of people. You
Yeah.
should be very color coordinated. Your feed shouldn't look dull. It should be something
Hmm.
people find interesting to see, and maybe the post is not interesting for them, but the way it looks, the way it is put up is something that could attract
Hmm.
them. So you
Yeah.
can definitely make your social media platform stand out like that. You can be unique, you can have very attractive captions, you can be very creative with your captions. You can
Hmm.
play also, people definitely come back when you have story polls every week,
Hmm.
etc. So they would want to come back also to your profile. It's something that they will remember.
Yeah.
Oh, next week there's a poll on this account which they like to play. So they
Hmm.
always come back to that account, which also makes it stand out in front of other accounts.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. And kind of going to the posts, and I know you said that you like to time your post so you don't have to wake up early in the morning to post them. Totally agree with you. I would absolutely do that as well. But how do you decide how frequent you should post or like when you should post?
Again, this also depends on the insights. I totally feel that on Instagram there should be about maximum 2 posts a day. So
Mm-hmm.
the job that I'm doing, the company that I'm working for, so I've noticed that when I've posted 3 posts a day, I've received
Mm-hmm.
relatively lesser likes. But when I've done one post and one reel, I've comparatively got a better response. So you
Yeah.
cannot instantly get to know when to post. You need to
Mm-hmm.
actually post, maybe thrice and see if your audience is liking it. If not, then cut it down and come to 2. So you
Yeah.
cannot just say, when I post. It actually depends upon your followers and your page, what your page is about.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. And I'm actually really interested that if you post 3 times a day, it doesn't get as much likes as two. Do you know a reason why that's because?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Do you know the reason why like the 3 posts a day got less likes than the 2 posts a day?
It's probably because so when I post, I have a grid system. I think all the 3 posts looks
Mm,
very similar to
yeah.
because I want to make the grid very attractive when someone opens my page.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is very coordinated. But now if this
Yeah.
post comes in your feed while you're swiping, it looks very similar. So probably I feel people think that it's the same post they just saw in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I feel that is one that because everything looks very similar is because
Mm-hmm.
you have not targeted the audience well.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a great observation. And there's this other side of social media that I want to talk about with you, and it's the negative side. We always see that there's always some haters, people who comment comments. Can you tell us how you like to handle that?
So the way good comments and we do reply to them, I definitely feel you all should even reply to the negative comments. So
Mm-hmm.
see, you should never be rude while replying. You should be very polite and you should be respectful. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
receive a complaint in the comment section, you should actually reply in such a way that you the complaint seriously and you'll definitely work on it. And even if there's a
Mm-hmm.
hate, you should definitely reply to it politely instead of ignoring it. Other than that, there's an option on Instagram to actually avoid hate by putting certain words which the Instagram will stop from people to comment on your post. So this
Yeah.
new feature has recently come up this year, and I feel it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely something which is required. So
Wow.
dealing with hate, you should definitely reply to it. Never ignore it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Ignoring
definitely
basically shows
agree. Oh,
yeah.
so you can go ahead. Sorry.
Ignoring it, I think, basically shows that probably you are wrong and you are avoiding that comment. But you
Yeah.
should actually reply to it and understand
Yeah.
what that person is trying to tell you. Maybe that person is right, but the way of speaking is a little bit rude.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you consider that as a hate comment. So it's better you
Mm-hmm.
politely reply and understand what the person wishes to tell you.
Yeah, and I think it's a great way that you go about it to reply, but stay respectful and not rude. I definitely agree with you there. Plus, it kind of makes them not want to unfollow you or leave from your page entirely and hate you. They'll still probably want to be engaged with your page. So it's a great way to go about that stuff. And for being more engaged with your viewers, is there any types of tips or tricks that you like to do to make your followers more interested?
Yeah, so of course you should have stories, polls, etc., which your
Hmm.
audience will answer. You should connect to your audience through your stories.
Yeah.
You should ask them questions. You should also reply to DMs. You should never ignore them. Any question, you should answer them. You can use the sticker
Yes.
option on Instagram. You can use the polls. You can use so many options on Instagram to stay connected with your audience. You can also send newsletters every week through email
Hmm.
to stay connected with your audience.
Yeah.
You
Um,
can have, so currently I'm having this thing in my social media called Tuesday Trivia, where there are riddles and my followers actually answer the riddles.
oh,
And every
wow.
week that way, they come back to my page for the riddle and reply to them. And
Oh, wow,
that's
that's
how
so
you can stay
cool.
connected. You can have these posts, stories, you can reply to them. That's
Yeah.
one way to stay connected.
Yeah, that's so great. I love that idea that you do. That's just so cool. I would love to play those all the time. They would keep me on Instagram all day. But can you tell us maybe a little bit about entrepreneurship in social media? Do you think it's important for businesses to be on social media?
Definitely, especially young entrepreneurs coming up on
Hmm.
Instagram and social media is definitely important because social media is a very large platform. They can actually
Yeah.
expand their business on a global scale. So, if they showcase their work on Instagram, if they express their ideas on Instagram, they can actually form
Hmm.
virtual connections.
Yeah.
They can form virtual connections with potential investors, consumers, etc. And I feel that will keep them connected through social
Hmm.
media. So definitely,
Yeah.
it's a very important. And now, because a lot of things have come online due
Hmm.
to the global pandemic, I feel any business should also have a little part of it on social media. It will
Hmm.
definitely help.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And especially now when we shifted a lot of things virtually, we were doing school virtually, and like all these things came on an internet platform. So, my question for you is how do you think our future will be shaped by social media?
I feel because now even toddlers are beginning only from social media due to the
Hmm.
pandemic. I feel the future
Yeah.
is definitely online. The future will definitely be based on social media.
Hmm.
So I feel the
Yeah.
future will be shaped online.
Yeah.
Like
And
currently, even my school and college work is happening online, as well as my
mhm,
business is happening online. So what I'm seeing is a lot of things is switching online.
yeah. Yeah, and
So
that's I
definitely,
totally agree with you. We have like influencers now and all these different things. So yeah, I
yeah.
definitely believe that social media is going to be a big part of our future as it is now. Well, thank you, Noor, for talking with us. Do you want to share your social media handles with our audience?
Yes. So I handle a page called Playdate. That is
Hmm.
play with a double Y and date with a underscore.
Okay.
So there are 6 pages under this. It's
Hmm.
based on cities. So it's Playdate, then comes Playdate Pune, Playdate Kolkata, Playdate Delhi.
Hmm.
Then other than that, I'm also helping out a page called RSK Clothing Company.
Hmm.
That is also another page. So these are a total of 7 pages that I'm managing.
Okay, great. Well, make sure you guys check out her pages. They are absolutely amazing. And thank you for watching with us today. And make sure to tune in next week. See you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching the Teenpreneur Show with Dia Coley. Follow us for more information at teenpreneur.show on Instagram. To be a part of the show, fill out the form in the Instagram bio. See you next week.